Hello, Bible readers. It is Thursday, January 14th. We're reading Psalm 37, Psalm 71, John chapter 10, verse 22 through chapter 11, verse 16. The 37th Psalm, try to say that fast, is asking a question that Job asks and a couple other Psalms ask. How can God be just with so much evil in the world? That's the theodicy question. This verse, they will soon fade like the grass and wither like the green herb. Trust in the Lord, take delight in the Lord, commit your way to the Lord, be still for the Lord, for the meek shall inherit the land. It obviously echoes Jesus in the Beatitudes saying, for the meek shall inherit the earth. Psalm 37 is all about that God is not on the side of evil in this world or the source of evil in this world, but God is on the side of redemption, on the side of the meek. So, good one to remember. Psalm 71. This is a psalm about hoping continually. People who strive for the kingdom of God will face adversity. That's what this psalm admits. Faith lives amidst adversity. And I like this line from my commentary. Praise is not the celebration of the prosperous. Praise is the lifestyle of those who know at all times and in all places their lives belong to God. So it's not only for the times in our lives when we're prospering and feeling blessed, but praise is also to be offered at all times. Okay, so two good Psalms today. I find it easier when there's just a couple instead of, 8 or 9 of them. In the Gospel of John, it starts by the context of it saying in verse 22, we're at the Feast of the Dedication. And of course, Christians don't know what the Feast of the Dedication is. So I thought I'd put a little light into that darkness. In order to understand the Feast of the Dedication, we need to learn about the rededication of the temple after Judas Maccabeus' successful campaign to take possession of Jerusalem in 164 BC. So if you think about it, in Jesus' day, so if he's about 30 years old, this is something that happened about 200 years before Jesus. And what happened was a Syrian king took the throne in Syria. And at the time, Syria was kind of you could say the superpower of the region, and meddles with the priesthood in the temple in Jerusalem. So the king in Syria kind of puts his own people in power in Jerusalem. And the person that the Syrian king gets in there, the people, they end up building a pagan altar over the Jewish one. And with that altar, they worship Zeus, who you might know is a Greek god. And so the Jewish temple becomes a Greek place of worship where they worship Zeus. They call this the desolating sacrilege, they being the Jews. The Jews see this as a time in their history that is just, beyond the pale, beyond awful. 3 years after this desolating sacrilege happens, the temple is rededicated because Judas Maccabeus and all his people retake the temple. Okay, well, the reason that context is important is the focus of this festival, the Feast of the Dedication, which is remembering the rededication of the temple, the focus is God's ongoing care of the restoration of the temple, because that's where God dwells among God's chosen people. So if that's the theme of this festival, it is at that place and time that Jesus points to himself as a replacement of the temple. He's saying, I am the fulfillment, the perfection of God's presence with the people. No Messiah defined by the Jews, would claim to replace the temple, but Jesus does in verse 30. So that's the controversy. That's why the Jews respond to him either with, oh, or mostly no. Chapter 11, verses 1 to 16, just so you know, Jesus is leaving Jerusalem. This is a turning point in this gospel, where we go from all these debates like that happen in the temple about the rededication and stuff, to now death by crucifixion is going to become the dominant theme for the rest of this gospel. I am one with my God is with us, all of us, at all times and in all places.